set. 29. Alpha. Oh, here we go. Oh. 72.
On first down, it's Hubbard. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Working from the gun, it's Brady. This one complete to Scott Miller. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Brady. And he's got Miller. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
On first down, Brady looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. And one advantage for this offensive unit is the big target, Mike Evans.
Play to his strength, his size and catch radius. Throw it up there, let him go get it.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. A first carry down for Rex
come on.
Burkhead. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Five men in the secondary now for the Falcons on third down. Shotgun now for Brady. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And a bit of a daunting task here for this offense as they'll start out at the 1-yard line.
I guess you could easily say there's a whole lot of real estate in front of them if they want to achieve their goal, which is get to the other end zone.
And 99 yards to go if they want to do just that. And now the Bucs just...
Wrong button. I wanted to see what's going on with Burkhead. Dislocated ankle without Mostert. Mostert was cleared, but I decided not to play him because why bring him back this late when he's not quite 100% yet? Wait until maybe save him for the playoffs, because the rookie was doing really well, but now Burkhead's out again. Crossan. I signed him off the practice squad, I guess, huh? Alright.
Ready to take a timeout defensively.
They'll
have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
The proximity of the buttons is retarded.
Ready, blue 80, white 25.
They run with a fullback now. This is Dan Vitale. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Normally when you see a short gain in the middle of a 3-4 defense, go ahead and pat the nose tackle on the back because he's holding things up and taking on extra blockers, which allows one of the inside linebackers to roam free and make the tackle.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. I don't know that you've got a wealth of options here now. 3rd down from your 2.
The question is, how much confidence do you actually have in various aspects of your team? In your defense, in case things go wrong. In your quarterback to take care of the football. Your offensive line to protect it. If you're feeling pretty confident about all those things, you might take a shot right here.
Here's Matt Bosher now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. With the Bucs offense making their way back out on the field, let's take a look at the playoff picture, Charles, coming into the weekend in the NFC. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that #1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it, it's team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that #1 seed means everything in the NFL.
It does. So even though the division title's clinched, shouldn't take the foot off the gas.
No, not at all. Play it all the way through. And I think we've seen that in recent years in the NFL. The teams that play and play to win each and every game, they're the ones to deal with in the playoffs.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing now is Brady. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Brady airing this one out for Evans. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag.
Clearly. Yep. Yeah, I mean, come on.
Is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. To throw is Brady. They'll roll him out right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Brady now to throw. And Evans calls in. Touchdown, Bucs.
Oh, he better not be hurt.
Mike
he's hurt again. Oh,
his
no.
11th touchdown
Oh,
of the year.
no.
As his guys are able to
He
strike
was hurt for
first
like
here in
8
this
weeks.
opening quarter.
He went out after his first catch of the season for like 8 weeks, and he's been back for like 3 or 4 weeks now. And he's been killing it. And now I just put him in harm's way again. Let's see what it is.
Brett Maher on for the extra point.
Not looking good. I mean, I do have a wealth.
And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs.
It's not like I lost a game when he wasn't there, but is that okay? He's gonna be all right. Back spasms. Okay, that's scary.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
Bring it on! Bring it!
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And here now come the Falcons. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
On first down, Ryan. Caught by Jones. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a nice completion and a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Give them a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed,
what a
for
catch.
great penetration as they stuffed that
That
one
was
by
a
the line
heck
of
of a
scrimmage.
play. Good
His
coverage.
first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Ryan gets it to his tight end, Hooper.
Devin McCourty.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd
This
down.
is my team. This ain't
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation.
supposed to be.
Would have meant
I
that there was an
simulated up
incompletion
until
where they
the
picked it
Super
off.
Bowl, and then I
So
was
they
like,
gave up
okay,
the
I'll take
completion,
over.
but I really enjoyed
I'll sign
watching
Tom
how the
Brady
defense
and
stayed in sync, stayed in
whatever
great
else I wanna do
communication,
with
and
the
as he
team.
dragged across each zone,
so I got
you
Devin
see him
McCourty,
pointing,
who was also a
communicating.
free
There he
agent.
is, and they passed him off to each defender.
Signed him before.
Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now it's Ryan.
Couldn't match it.
Gets it off to Freeman. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. And, you know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And it's right about this time of year you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
And I think for most teams, the obvious is to try and be the number 1 or number 2 seed. But when you look at it across the
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Clemson Tiger, Vic Beasley, reaches home that time. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
More than
protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now Brady. Airing this one out for Evans. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively.
I'm going to come back to you.
On 3rd and long, it's Brady. And that is incomplete.
Contact there. All right.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Gotta love those division games.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Taken in at the 22. 62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. He'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
I got gashed.
The numbers for Freeman a week ago. 21 carries, 83 yards.
And he's hoping to have the same type of game, but he's going up against the #1 defense in the league, and they're very good at fitting the run. So now you've got to think offensive strategy, maybe a little more play action, and try to find some people open downfield.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Ryan to throw. And finding the tight end Hooper. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 10 yards there and a 1st down for the Falcons. Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Ryan leads with Freeman on the draw. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now Ryan swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the shotgun, Ryan is complete to Jones. Touchdown, Falcons! Julio Jones with touchdown number 7 on the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it
totally
down
my
pat.
fault.
And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Extra point from McManus is good, and we are tied at 7. That time a 6-play drive, and the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And you want to talk about active hands. These guys, these defensive backs, these linebackers, they've had active hands.
Almost reminds you of those great basketball teams, the ones that really defend. And we talk about the length that they have and able to get their hands on balls and have deflections and knock them away. That's what we're seeing here. Very difficult to get a pass into a receiver because there's always someone in the lanes.
We'll get there.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now a handoff here to his running back. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. He's got Evans. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. Brady, 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And now a jet sweep. This is Evans with it. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
From midfield, here's Brady.
Oh, come on, Cameron Brate.
Incomplete.
Almost had it.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Brady. And now Brady loses the football.
Oh, my God.
Sack, baby! Sack, baby!
Ready for the 2nd quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. These two teams all tied after one.
20. There we go. I got you.
3rd and 22. Oh, my God. What happened?
Throwing on 3rd and long. Brady.
Got it. Got it.
Got a man. It's Brashad Perriman. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Here we go.
That's a first down and then some. A 32-yard pickup.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we have.
That was a 5-man rush. Ooh, fucking Perryman streaking across there in the zone.
How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. And room there to work it inside the 25. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Check 45 to the right. You can't block me. You can't block me. Check right 45. Check right 45. 3
On play action, it's Brady. And Brate, the tight end's got it. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Cameron Brate, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bucs have taken the lead. So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open, he has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
Marr now to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. A 10-play drive that time. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Heading back onto the field, here's a look at Devontae Freeman now. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Going to throw right side here, complete. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a 1st down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Ryan hit, and he lost the football.
Coverage.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. This is taken at the 23. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And out will come the offense as they take over. Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the 1st-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
They'll run on 1st down. Hubbard. Oh, he's got a little daylight. A big hitter there. A 1st down gain of 26 yards.
Let's go.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Brady.
Oh, yeah.
And this is caught by Evans. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. It's a gain of 34.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Logan. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. good, solid yardage, he'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
On second down and 4, Brady. Binds, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Deion Jones in there to drop him for a loss on the play. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
To throw, it's Brady. Godwin's got it.
That's more
Touchdown,
like it.
Tampa Bay. Tom Brady, his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Marr on for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Falcons offense making their way onto the field. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. As we take a look at the playoff picture, and certainly a lot of jostling still to go in these final few weeks. For the moment, they would be a wild card team, far from locked up, but that's why this is exciting. These last few weeks, a lot to play for.
Yeah, exciting for us because we get to talk about it, and, you know, at the end of the day, 6 teams are going to go from each conference, and guess what? We're going to have a playoff. But nerve-wracking for all the people involved, all the teams, because their goal is to get there. And anything less than that makes the season a disappointment. So they've got to be primed now for a big finish to their season.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And they're going to face a 3rd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there.
Somebody
and sure enough,
hit him.
This one's going the other way.
Nice.
Here comes Tom Brady and the Patriot offense back onto the field. And how about the start so far, Charles? 3 first half.
Yeah, he was hit, but that wasn't why he threw that. Well, partly. Man, he just did not see the linebacker there. I'm gonna bet on that.
Touchdown passes.
And that's how you generate excitement on a team. Keep your offense moving at a really high level. And it's also how you establish leadership by playing that well. 3 touchdown passes, that's the way to lead.
Now he's just hoping for number 4. So after the INT, it's Brady. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin.
No.
He lost the football, and the Falcons grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I think he was down.
Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free.
Oh, he's
Anything
down.
you can do to slow them down.
Matt Ryan and the offense heading back onto the field. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get them back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that 2nd touchdown now.
Turnover. That's what we do. Other way. Let's
After
go.
review the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Wait, that. Run 80. Run 80. Hey, check, check.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Brady.
Oh,
and this
no.
is going to be intercepted.
Oh,
Picked
God.
up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. William Golston in on the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Check back, check back.
From the 35 on 2nd down. Ryan. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. Now it's Ryan. He's got his man. That's Wallace. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down.
Has a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a 1st.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it was so hard sometimes.
That's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Ridiculous.
Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Ryan got his man there. It's Wallace complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing at the receiver where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
I caught it and jumped out of I caught the field goal and jumped out of bounds.
He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not
maybe
over 100 yards,
like
but a
the
good
second
game
time
so
I've ever
far.
caught
And you just know that mentally he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate them.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. Airing this one out for him. This is caught.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God.
Takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory.
That guy's a badass. If that would have been a touchdown, I mean, that's... Oh, but...
So with the pass being completed, they'll go ahead and take that instead.
Nothing extra to be gained. Pass interference at the spot, completed the pass. That was your play. So it might as well have not even had the penalty.
When I started this game, so... But I got Mike Evans. I mean, look at this. Same kind of deal where Cameron Brate just couldn't make the play. But Mike Evans just is a badass. I mean, holds on to it and still gets out of that. That was badass. That's what I like, just forcing to throw sometimes.
So now, following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Shotgun now for Brady. And he's got his tight end, Howard. It's a Buccaneer touchdown. The 4th touchdown pass of the game for Tom Brady as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And, you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory.
I mean, all of a sudden, he's one-on-one with that safety. That guy's underneath. Actually should have led him further inside. That was a bad throw, but nonetheless hit him on the spot. Open touchdown. Challenge made the underneath and over top guy. Like, that's just how that route works, especially when you have a drag route. 2 drags routes, 2 crossing routes, and then a high crossing route. That was nice.
Memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Marr now to add the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go!
And now let's discuss Julio Jones. You look at the numbers for him, and 1,000 yards obviously well within his sights, barring injury. He will get there. The question, will he get there in this game?
Well, he would love to. Duh,
right?
Of course he would. But, you know, watching him play this year, we often talk about defenses, you know,
like
allocating extra resources to try and stop a guy of his ilk, right? But you know what else kicks in? His pride to say, okay, I don't care how many you throw in my direction, I'm still going to find a way to get open. I will use different moves. I will move against formation. I will come underneath routes and try and run through some people and kind of get natural picks in order to work his way open. He wants to get that 1,000, and he doesn't want any less passes to come to his direction. And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. On the counter, Devontae Freeman. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
He's able to find
that guy too.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back.
Mike, 80, blue 80, white 25. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. Big gas.
Ryan going to give to Freeman on the draw. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando.
Oh, no.
Scored from this is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Falcons cut into that lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
It's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
McManus's point after is good, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And the Falcons score to cap it off. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it. You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran.
Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Wait, 20. Watch the curve. He's coming. We got double up. Shoot.
From the gun, it's Brady. That will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Here's Bradley Pena now, standing just outside his own goal line. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And he fields it cleanly. 12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Ryan into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. Mike Evans and the rest of the offensive unit heading back out there now. He's already approaching 100 yards and has the touchdown. I'm sure on that opposite sideline right now, they're scratching their heads saying, all right, what do we do?
And the hard part is, even if you limit him to a short catch, he has that make-you-miss ability to take it for big yardage and put in the end zone again. So trying to blanket him is very difficult, but ultimately, you've got to find a way to put him on the ground, tackle him, and he doesn't make that easy.
They're struggling with that so far.
Oh, come on.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. He was trying to find O.J. Howard, and it's 2nd down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Brady. And he hits that one incomplete there. The tight end Cameron Brate was the target, and that'll make it 3rd down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Really
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Some sort of pass over the middle or something on this 3rd down.
From the gun, Brady.
Oh, that'll do it.
Has the first down and then some. And down to the 27-yard line. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Wait, set, 380. Down to lose one. Tight end right, tight end right. 4 down. Wait, when he hit. 4 down.
Throwing on first down is Brady. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
Wait, set, wide 80. Hey, man, watch the boot,
Brady now on first down. And he's got his tight end Howard. It's a Buccaneer touchdown. O.J. Howard in the final seconds of the first half as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the...
Did anybody bite on that pump fake? Maybe. Those guys didn't try hard enough to contest it, but I mean, I threw it really late. Should have thrown it right there. Should have thrown it right now. God, what a horrible... I put
complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. And oh my goodness, this is nowhere close. Well to the right and no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll get started over at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans, where it was the visiting Panthers who were able to come in and get one on the road. A 10-point victory in the end. 24-14, the final.
Breeze 8 of 23
From there,
for
let's head to the
95
foot
yards and
of
an
the Rockies,
interception.
Denver, Colorado. Check in on the Broncos. And it's the visiting L.A. Chargers who are out in front. Kenny Stills, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get out to the Bay Area. See what's happening with the Raiders at home in Oakland. And they trail the visiting Chiefs in that one. Sammy Watkins, a touchdown reception. In the game you're watching, it's who else? Tom Brady with a strong first half. His 5 touchdown passes have him on a record pace. As for the call of the second half, we'll turn it back over to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this you're going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Ryan. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Ryan. Gets it off to Freeman. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here's Matt Bosher now. He's been terrific so far. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light up.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Grady Jarrett in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
Call it 7 yards on the carry, so a pretty good game, but still left with a tough 3rd and 8.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
To throw on 3rd down, Brady. And the throw there going to be incomplete. It was Ricardo Allen there on the coverage.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. That's taken on the 25. And call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Ryan, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, Ryan. That's into the hands of Wallace over the middle. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Ryan now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Ryan will throw again. He's got Freeman here. It's complete.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. To throw again is Ryan. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Good coverage that time by Sean Bunting. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
Here's Ryan. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
40
Trying to
ain't
disrupt
having a
Julio
good
Jones
game.
there, the intended target. A little too close, got the flag thrown.
I'm not sure anyone can cover Julio Jones
Having a
one-on-one
good
for very
game.
long without getting their share of pass interference calls. His size, his speed, his physicality makes it almost impossible to do.
After the penalty, here's Freeman. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Freeman again. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Ryan looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This a 43-yard attempt. The kick by McManus is good. And that will move the deficit from 20 down to 17. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you'll see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Bucs now. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
Oh, yeah. And here we go again.
Brady now on 1st down. It's complete. It's Miller. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
On 1st down, it's Hubbard. In on the stop, DeMonte Casey.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They'll keep it on the ground. Hubbard takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
From midfield, here's Brady. He's got Evans. And he has the 1st down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. He's now just 3 yards shy of 197 yards receiving on the contest and a 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Hubbard. The tackle made there by Tack McKinley.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
Double dog, that's the way.
Play action. Now it's Brady. He's going to look deep for Perriman. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Throwing now is Brady. Throw incomplete.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a 1st down. Threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary. Incomplete pass. One of these quarterbacks going to learn. You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Getting set to go again on offense, we get a peek at Julio Jones now. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. From the 27, Ryan, and he gets this one to Ridley complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It's a 1st down following a gain of 3. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On the draw, this will be Freeman. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. A 1st down carry for Smith. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And down to the 7-yard line. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 46 yards. So he nearly took it the distance, gets him down inside the 10 for a 1st and goal.
I'd love to be in his head right now because is he rewarding himself for a great run or is he kicking himself? Because
and that'll be hauled in by the tight end. It's Hooper for the Falcon touchdown. Austin Hooper, his 9th touchdown of the season, and the Falcons get a bit closer. That, of course, all set up by the big run on the play prior. They took advantage right away with the touchdown throw.
And you mentioned advantage, probably taking advantage of their natural instinct after that previous play to be aggressive and rush towards the line of scrimmage. And instead, they were vulnerable to the pass.
So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Come on, baby, let's go. Get inside. Let's go. Let's go.
Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. The third quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 16, first down Tampa Bay.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
On second down, it's Hubbard, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. Open man has got it. It's complete. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. Fifth catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. Third and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And there's a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Brady's throw there complete. And now Miller hit, and he fumbles. And the Falcons grab it. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They coming off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball. That cut down the lead. Now the defense does their part, got them the football back.
So now maybe with the touchdown they scored previously, plus their defense making that stand up and getting the ball right back, momentum may be shifting in their favor.
We're off to the fourth quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Ready, back 25. Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got?
From the 39, Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vita Vea in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So the sack pushes him back, and now third and long for Ryan and the Falcons.
I'm coming after you.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big number.
Man.
But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense. The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Here's Brady. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They run the counter. Hubbard, and he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 4 yards the pickup, first down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
72.
On 2nd down now, it's Logan. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Bad news, they didn't get it on 2nd down. The good news is they still only need about 3 or 4 inches here on 3rd.
And the good play callers have looked at both situations. They thought to themselves, okay, this call, I pick up the first down, already ready with that call. If I don't, this is what I'm going to come back with in order to pick it up.
He finds his tight end Howard. That's complete. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. Brady's got his guys 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. And he'll give it here to his running back. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Brady. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. In search of 8 yards on 3rd down. They've already converted 2 of these on this drive, 2 for 2. Now Brady. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage.
Come on.
Especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. The kick by Maher is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. From the gun, Ryan. He completes it to Jones. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta. Decent start there to the drive. Big hill to climb, needing 2 touchdowns, also a 2-2-point conversion.
So, partner, how do you eat an elephant?
I don't eat an elephant. Who eats elephant?
Well, if you do it one bite at a time. Okay. That's the way they've got to play this, one play at a time. Yes, there's urgency, but they have to be careful as well.
Let's go with like a 50-ounce ribeye.
One
bite at a time.
All right, I'm with you.
Now this throw caught left side, and he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From midfield now, here's Ryan. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
To throw again on second down. Ryan, Jones has it. And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a two-possession game. It is a two-possession game at this stage in the fourth. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added on to their lead. But that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game. But we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true. Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hubbard, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Now third down is looming, a pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Brady's throw on third down there is incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Whoops. Bad point.
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one, doesn't even matter.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Vita Vea, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Here we go, D. It's just me and you. Ready to go.
Ryan. And his throw here's incomplete.
After that incompletion, I almost get the sense that he's going to look up at the booth and kind of look at us and say, hey, you guys got any suggestions? It's been that kind of game, hasn't it? They've had him on the run throughout.
Yeah, and I get that you're trying to make a play here losing fourth quarter, but to throw when you're not set with pressure coming could have been an interception.
Very much so, and it's been that kind of game for him. They've had him on the run, had him off balance. He's got to find a way to make some big-time throws down the stretch. So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they've rallied and made the tackle.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down. Now Ryan. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Carlton Davis picks it. And hang on here. Freeman shaken up. Remaining on the ground after that last play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Wait, that. Ready? There we go. 37's the Mike. Mike 37. Watch the screen. Pass.
On first down, Hubbard. Bo Allen on the stop. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hubbard. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
To throw, it's Brady. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. They'll run on first down. Hubbard, and he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hubbard. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on third. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be stopped short of the first down right around the 18-yard line. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. Brady going to go on fourth.
Oh, no!
Nowhere to
Sacked
escape,
again.
and he goes down. Tech McKinley made his way into the backfield. The D brought the house. They called the blitz, and they get to the quarterback, overwhelming the O-line.
And I would love to know, and we'll find out later on, was that called before the play, or did they audible into it? Because defenses change plays as well as offenses. Sometimes they get the set they want. They go right to the blitz, and in this case, they nailed it. Got right to the quarterback. No chance on that fourth down.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Throwing again on second down. Ryan, complete to Jones.
Jesus.
First down now, but the clock continues to move. Here's Ryan. It's caught over the middle. Hooper.
41.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Tampa Bay, they move ever closer to the perfect regular season as they run things to 14-0. And they'll have another road date next week with the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they fall to 8-6 with the loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Oh yeah, kicking. I missed. Another extra point. 6'5", 240. Jesus, he's a punter.